Namaste and thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to be speaking about the second Yoga Sutra in the text by Patanjali. The second Yoga Sutra, Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha, which translates to yoga is the process of controlling or changing the modifications of the mind. And like I mentioned in an earlier video, Patanjali was very interested with the functioning, the way our mind functions, and he sees the mind as a projector that is creating our reality. And so this mind has a number of modifications, or you can say sort of alterations that are causing us to suffer, and we want to sort of control the mind or alter the way we think, our patterns of thought, so that we cease to suffer and we can come into this union or this bliss that is yoga. And so really the key principle in the Yoga Sutras, in this sutra, is that basically we are always, our thinking is taking us into the future, the past. Like in the last video I spoke about craving and aversion. You're constantly craving something in the future based on the past experiences. We are constantly averse to things in the present. All of these are modifications of the mind. They take us out of the present moment. Other modifications of the mind that Patanjali speaks of are things like our belief systems. We all attach to these shared belief systems, these shared thought forms. And these belief systems are not truly what we are. We see ourselves as I am, we play so many roles in life. I'm a yogi, I'm a vegan, I am this, I am that. All of these identities, these identifications with shared beliefs that are external to us. Belief systems can be very good. They can help us to align our life in a certain way, help us adopt good habits, create discipline. It's really important to be able to transform our life. We need strong belief to be able to create transformation. But at the same time, these belief systems also cause us to suffer, because my identity, who I think I am, my ego, gets wrapped around this belief system. Now, for instance, just a simple example being, say, I am vegan, and I follow this diet, and now my belief system is believes that being vegan is really good for the environment, it's really good for not harming animals, it's probably good for nutrition, things like this. And now this belief can positively impact my life, my health. It can also positively impact the environment around me. So it's good to have this belief system. It's good to have a belief, but it's not good to wrap my identity around the belief. That is what Patanjali means. So now when I start to wrap my identity around being vegan, I sort of somehow come together with this community of vegans. I see myself as a vegan. Being vegan describes who I am. And when this happens, if somebody says something about veganism as a diet, somebody says it's not nutritionally diverse enough, it doesn't provide us the nutrients we need, or people vegans are weak, I sort of immediately, this seems like an attack on me, because now my belief system is wrapped around, my identity is wrapped around this belief system. And all the wars on the earth is today especially is not so much about, oh, we both have food and we are trying to fight over this food, but it's actually over belief systems. Somebody has one belief system and somebody has another belief system, and both these belief systems are at polar opposites, are antagonists to each other. And so now because both our identities are wrapped up in our belief systems, we are also against each other. So we could, the difference here is that it's okay for us to have different beliefs from each other, but if our identities are not wrapped around our belief systems, we don't see this as a danger or as a problem that we have opposing beliefs. We can still learn to coexist and be with each other, be even friendly, as long as our identity is not wrapped around the beliefs. So some of these are the root causes of what is causing us to suffer. Our identity is wrapped around our thoughts, around our emotions, around the stories of our life, our childhood, around our belief systems, our patterns of desire, craving, our addictive patterns, our aversions, what we don't like to do, what we are trying to run away from in life. All of these things are sort of modifications of the mind. So what we are trying to do through the practice of yoga, and not only one aspect, through the asana, meditation, pranayama, through the entire practice, we're trying to collect these sort of fragments. Our mind has fragmented. You can see it as this, it's fragmented into multiple directions. Some of our mind is stuck in beliefs, in thoughts, in emotions, in desires, in some fragments of our mind are stuck in memory in the past, some fragments of our mind are stuck in dreams in the future. And so what we are trying to do through the process of yoga is to start collecting these fragments, to control the modifications of the mind. We start collecting these fractured fragments from different parts, and we start to unite them. We start to create synthesis, and through this process we create the root meaning of yoga, which means union. We create union in our mind. And what Patanjali says is that when the mind becomes stable, once we are able to collect all these fragments, the mind develops an amazing capacity, an amazing power to manifest the reality it wants to manifest. And this is the definition of yoga according to Patanjali, that we are trying to achieve this state of mind, this state of clarity, by collecting pieces, fragmented pieces from different parts. You'll find parallels to this philosophy even in ancient shamanic cultures. They call this a little differently. They call it soul retrieval. They do work with plants and with meditation and things like that, in a process where they are retrieving pieces of, as they say, pieces of the soul. Like pieces of the soul are stuck in belief systems, pieces of the soul are stuck in certain identities, certain roles we play in the world, certain cravings, desires, aversions, in the past memories, in the future dreams. So we are retrieving these pieces of the soul from different places to become an integrated whole. This is also the practice. This is what the yoga philosophy and the practice of yoga is trying to bring us into. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, ask me questions. I would love to hear from you, and maybe make a separate video to answer some of those questions. Also, do subscribe and follow me, and share this video if you found it useful. Thank you so much. Namaste.